Hey everyone, happy Tuesday. I hope you're having a lovely day. I'm super excited about this tutorial. It's part 2 of winter decorating, and I'm going to give you lots of ideas of things that you can do for almost free. I'm not kidding. After you put your Christmas decorations away so that your house doesn't look so bare and plain after all the festivities of Christmas. So anyways, I have quite a few things to show you. We're going to talk about this glass hurricane and how I switch it in and out all year long in my house. We're going to do it, and then I'm going to tell you some of the other things that I've done. We're going to talk about making these pine cones and some silver painted ones. We're going to make a banner out of an old Reader's Digest book that will have glitter on it. What else? We're going to do a candle garter. I have so much here. I'm going to show you this cute idea that I did last year where I made sweater balls that I glued vintage buttons on. So, I have tons to show you, and I hope you really like it. And as we're going along, feel free to ask questions. Let me know if you have any, questions about specific things. Feel free to sprinkle. I want to show you my t-shirt. Do you guys remember we made this on Sunday? Let me see if I can do what I need to do here. I did it. Okay. Do you guys remember this? Let me put this aside and show you. Grateful, thankful, blessed, and then we did the sleeves. Isn't this cute? This was the Christ and Crafting project that we did on Sunday. So if you missed that tutorial, it's in my videos, and you can watch those on replay absolutely anytime that you would like. I think what makes this really special are the sleeves. And anyways, I'm excited about it. This is the first time I've worn it. And okay, so let's jump right in. The first thing I want to talk about is this hurricane, okay? This is a glass hurricane. It could be, you can use any shape you want. It can have a lid on it if you want. This was an oldie but goodie from my days when I was with Southern Living at Home. And I'm trying to remember what it was called. It wasn't a Hemingway hurricane. I can't remember, but it's this really cute shape. So this sits on the island in my kitchen 90% of the year. And what I do is I fill it up. I decorate it and fill it up with different fluff throughout the year for the different seasons. So some of the things that I have done that have been my favorites, and also I change out the look of it. Like, I can't even tell you how many times I have hot glued twine around this ball right here, or put twine right here, and then when I'm ready to take it off, I'll just put it in a sink full of hot soapy water, and the hot glue comes right off. You can pull it right off. I've also stenciled it a few times, and we're going to do that today. But for example, some of the things that I like to do in the summer, I love to fill it with sand. And I have like 6 bags of decorating sand in my basement, in my decorating section of my storage. And I've used seashells, pieces of coral, white candles, light blue candles, all kinds of different things. I've done the seashell sand thing at least 10 times, 10 seasons. I've used a lot of different colored glass pebbles in here. At Valentine's Day, I've used Red Hots with a white candle, with a candle garter. I've also used this Conversation candy hearts in here with a white candle with a candle garter. I have used, in the spring, I usually do sort of a green life coming back theme, and I usually incorporate some nests and maybe some birds kind of into my decor. And I will fill it with like 2 or 3 bags of split peas from Walmart. They're this awesome green color. And then put either a nest with a bird in it or just, again, another candle. So, but for after Christmas, and at Christmas time, you could fill this with glass ornaments of whatever color you like. But for after Christmas, I want to show you a couple different ideas. The first thing I want to tell you about is, I don't know how you feel about this. Some people really hate it, and other people don't mind it so much. I'm pretty neutral on this. This is fake snow. Oh, hey, and I forgot to tell you guys, if the comments here are bothering you, you can either, depending on what device you're watching this on, you can either swipe them up or swipe them to the side. If you're watching this on YouTube, you won't have that issue. But if you're watching this on YouTube, feel free to comment and ask questions as well, because I do check that and I do try to answer those questions too. So I don't know how you guys feel about this. This is a bag of imitation snow. That sounds better than fake snow. And it's probably a good 5 years old. It probably came from Walmart. I can't even remember at this point. But one of the things I like to do in the season around Christmas and after is just fill my hurricane, the bottom of it, with some of this imitation snow. Let me seal this up because I don't want it all over. Okay, and then last year, I'm going to tell you how to do this. This is one of the ideas. Last year I made these painted and salted pine cones from my yard. Okay, so I am going to dig out that video because it's in my videos here on Facebook, and I'll reshare that maybe tonight. But basically what I did, I made more, but I only kept 3 of them. I made a whole bunch of them actually. I went out with a big plastic bag and I gathered the pine cones that were in my yard that weren't too crunched, that didn't look like they'd been stepped on or were there for 5 seasons, okay? These were pretty newly dropped. Then I took those pine cones in and I put them on a baking sheet with a piece of foil, because sometimes when you do this trick to get the critters out, sometimes they might have a little sap on them and you don't want that all over your cookie tins and baking sheets. So I would line it with foil, put all of my pine cones on a sheet, put it at 160 degrees or 200 degrees, turn my oven on and let it cook them for a good, I mean, it could be as short as an hour up to 2 or 3 hours. Another thing you can do if there are critters is you can put them in a bag and zip it so there's no oxygen. But the reason why I like using the oven the best is because sometimes the pine cones won't be very open and the heat tends to dry them out a little bit if they're wet, and it also helps them to open up, okay? So then I just took some white craft paint on a foam brush and dabbed it on the ends, like so it looks like it has snow on it. Can you see that? And then I went outside and I used some spray adhesive, covered them really good, and then I just took a big box of kosher salt and poured it all over, just like I do with glitter, shook it off, and this is what you get. And so I made a dough bowl last year with things from my backyard, with pine needles and branches, and I did cook the branches too, because those can have critters in them as well. And I put all of that in there. So I'm gonna dig out that picture and I'll put it here in the comments. But one thing you can do is just fill like a, do something like this and put as many or as few, I'm trying to look for the side that doesn't have the stencils yet because I want to show you that, of these pine cones in here. Okay, so isn't that pretty? And that is so easy. And you guys, other than the kosher salt, which we already had, and the spray adhesive, which we already had, and the pine cones in my yard, which we already had, this didn't cost me anything except for a few hours of my time and some electricity to heat the oven. So this was great. Okay, then a few years ago I did something similar, And I hope this is interesting to you guys. If you like these pine cone ideas, give me a thumbs up or a heart or say yes or something so that I know, because I have more ideas involving pine cones if you guys want to see that kind of thing. Anyways, these I made a few years ago, also from pine cones that were in my yard, and I did the exact same thing with baking them to get the critters out. And then I just took some metallic craft paint, and you just use one of these little foam brushes like this. And maybe I'll do this as an individual craft project and not just tell you about it, but you just dab your brush in whatever paint color you want. I used silver in this instance, and you literally just dab it on. Now, these pine cones for some reason were very sharp. So this is a good project to do with kids, but you might want to have them wear plastic gloves because they are pretty sharp. But you could also put this kind of thing in your glass hurricane for after Christmas winter ideas. Okay, but what I want to show you right now is, let's see, is the whole candle idea and then stenciling, okay? Because you can decorate your glass containers with stencils and chalk paste, just like you would anything else. And then when you're sick of it, you just stick it in the sink and it comes right off. That is the beauty of using chalk paste. So we've been talking about these awesome stencils from Magnolia, and I did put a link right here at the bottom. Sorry, I'm just grabbing all of them, that are snowflakes that I love. Oh my gosh, I have used the heck out of these. Okay, so before I came live, I got started, and I just stenciled a couple of these on here. I put one down at the base, just in random places. I need to come back and use some Windex and clean up my hurricane. But let's do another one so I can show you how totally easy this is. I'm just looking to see which ones do I have on. Let's use this one right here. And we're gonna use white chalk paste. Okay, so this stuff is so versatile. I'm not even kidding. You can make a bazillion different things. Well, you saw that yesterday because we did that super cute banner. We did the burlap placemats. And what was the other thing that we made? I'm not remembering right now because I have so many crafts going through my mind at all times. But anyways, so when you're using these green stencils from Magnolia, if they're new and you haven't used them as many times as me, they're super sticky. You definitely want to fuzz them on either the green fuzzing towel that you can order from Magnolia, your t-shirt, or a pair of jeans. But mine have been used so much that I don't need to fuzz them. And the reason why you want to fuzz these, you guys, let me explain that, is because they're so sticky, like I said. And if you don't fuzz them before you put them on something like glass or metal or paper, you're gonna have a hard time getting them off. They're super sticky, I'm not even kidding. And when you're pulling them off and they're really stuck on there, they can have a tendency to stretch. And then they get kind of curled, which this one I probably stretched a little bit because it's a little bit curled. But anyways, so these are, they're mesh, they're adhesive, they're reusable. Let me put my glasses on. They're sticky and they're stretchy. And so I am just, because this surface is kind of curved, so I'm just pushing my stencil down good. I'll show you what it looks like up close. The areas where the actual stencil are on there pretty good, okay? And then I'm just gonna take a squeegee and some of this Magnolia chalk paste in white, but you could do whatever color you like, although I think white makes the most sense if you're doing this idea with snowflakes. But keep in mind, you guys, that you can do this exact same idea with any stencil that you like and any color chalk paste also. So I'm just applying this, you're gonna be surprised how quickly this goes on. We're gonna do one snowflake so I can show you how easy it is, and then we're gonna talk about a candle garter for this piece right here. And it's super cute. Oh, candle garters were the other thing that we did yesterday on part 1 of winter decorating. Oh my gosh, and they were so cute. I put those out in my family room. I didn't even put them back to what they had been before because I thought they turned out so cute. Okay, so I'll show you what it looks like. Where is it? Okay, and then we're just gonna pull it off. Find a spot where it's easy to grab it. I'm gonna throw it in this tub of water that I have down here, face down. And that is what, where is it? That's what we did. Okay, so you could put as many snowflakes all over this as you like, or any other stencil. It's completely up to you. But now let's talk about what you could do with a candle and a garter inside of it, okay? I want to make sure that I am not gonna mess my thing up. So I'm gonna leave the one that's wet right up here in the front. Okay, so we're using a white instead of a creamy colored battery operated candle. I don't know where I got these. I have about 100 of them because I have a lot of places that I have candles, and I just like the ease of being able to turn them on and not worry that, you know, I might forget to turn them off or blow them out and have the house burn down. That to me would be very bad. So my thought is going with this theme of white and some silver glitter-ish kind of stuff, that we're just going to use some of this ribbon. And, but you, again, I mean, like I'm always saying, you can use whatever you have and whatever appeals to you. And I'm gonna just show you how easy it is to make a candle garter. And the good thing is you can just slide this off. When you're done with this one, tuck it away, and then pull it back out and put it back on your candle next year, or whenever you want it again. Okay, so I'm just gonna put my little bit of this around here, and I'll clean the back of it up after I'm done. I'm just using a hot glue gun and a teeny bit of hot glue to tack this down. It's not glued to my candle, it's just glued to itself. Okay, so here we go so far. And then you could take something like another ribbon of your choice. Like I have this really cute ribbon right here that's also gray, that has, oops, upside down. It has reindeer on it. This is a Hobby Lobby brand, or something just plain like this. Let's do that. So we're going to be just kind of layering on our candle garter and fixing it up towards the same back area. Okay, and then one of my viewers, oh my gosh, you guys are so good to me. Wow, the stuff you send me, I can't believe it. Anyways, one of my viewers crocheted all these teeny, I think it was Patricia Hill. If that's not you, I'm sorry. My brain is too full of craft ideas to remember. But anyways, she crocheted all these sweet little, 2 different colors of little crochet snowflakes. So I'm just gonna show you with a couple of them what you could do. Let's see, which ones do I want? This one's really cute too. Oh my gosh, these are so cute. Okay, and then you could, so you can see right now, and then you could just put a little dab of hot glue wherever you want these to go. Okay, if you don't have crocheted, which, I mean, how many people have these precious, precious crocheted, oh gosh, there's a lot of strings on here, snowflakes. You could use buttons, you could use rhinestones, you could use bling, you could use absolutely whatever you like. Okay, and now I'm just gonna put this in my pile of snow, and I'll take pictures when it's darker because it's hard to see just how beautiful that is with those little snowflakes and the glass hurricane. You know, one thing I would love to know from you guys, we're not done here, so stay with me. I have lots more to show you. I would love to know if you guys like this kind of home decor stuff, or do you just want me to do crafts? Because those are both interesting to me. And I have always done the home decor stuff. I've always done all kinds of super affordable repurposing, using what I have, seasonal little touches here and there for like the last 20 years. And I would love to share some of that with you if that's something you guys are interested in seeing, and not just craft projects. So let me know. This is a craft project and it's a seasonal decorating idea. But the whole point of this is that you can just take a glass container of any shape or size. You can put stencils on it, and I love the snowflake stencils. Then you can fill it with either pine cones from your yard or from the park, or a candle. I mean, there's lots of different things that you can do, and then you can switch that out all season long. So let's set this over here. I also pulled this out because if you want, I have a ton of ribbon, obviously. I mean, you can do sparkly. This is kind of a cool tool that's silvery. Yeah, so there's tons of possibilities with that. Okay. Now, let's see. The next thing I want to show you is this cute little sweater ball idea, and then we'll do the, then I'll show you another glass piece, and then we'll do the banner last with the snowflakes and glitter made out of Reader's Digest pages, but you could use music, scrapbook paper, whatever you like. Okay, so this is a piece of a styrofoam ball, and it was a Goodwill sweater that was creamy white, and I just sewed it and then put a little hot glue on it, and this looked pretty in my dough bowl with those salted pine cones and some greenery and just a few of these. So I thought I'd just show you that idea. That was last year. Okay, let's see. Okay, so let me show you this. And then we'll go on to the banner, which is super cute. And I have a trick to show you for that. Let's see. Love all the things you suggest. I love a variety of things. I'm glad. I'm really, really trying to mix it up. And try to give you a variety of things that you make, things that are natural elements from outside. Yeah, I'm trying my best to mix things up for you because I don't want you to get sick of me. If you are liking this part 2 of winter decorating after Christmas, feel free to sprinkle this. I did want to mention one other thing before we talk about this, and that is if you like the stuff that we're doing here at DiyDreaming, then what Facebook wants to see is that you want to see it, and how they judge that is based on interaction. So every single day I hear from at least 10 people that tell me, "You're back. I didn't know where you went. I haven't seen you in a while. I'm not getting anything that you're doing. I'm not getting updates. I'm not getting notices. I'm not seeing any of the stuff on DIY Dreaming, or they'll say, I was worried about you, are you okay? Or I guess you haven't been crafting much. And I'm like, I'm crafting every single day. So the trick to make sure that you get to see what we're doing here at DIY Dreaming, the lives and the photos and everything, is to interact with me, because then Facebook says, ah, they like it. They want this content. So you can do it by doing thumbs up or like the little hearts. You can ask me a question. You can put a smiley face in the comments. You can say abracadabra or gobbledygook. It doesn't even have to be a real whatever. But that is what they want to see. And the last thing is, if you haven't already taken a second to make sure that you've liked and followed DIY Dreaming, that may be the most important thing for them to decide whether to put my content in your newsfeed. So take a second to look up here and see if you've liked and followed DIY Dreaming. Okay, that's my Facebook advertisement. So this is just a little, it's one of, it came from Bed Bath & Beyond probably 15 years ago when these were really popular, but I hang on to everything and I use what I have whenever possible. And it's one of those cake plates with the dome that you can flip it over, and this goes into the bottom of this and it makes it like a big punch bowl too. So it's like a 2-in-1 multi-purpose kind of thing. It's a little dated and out of style. I don't know how you feel about it. But this year I'm seeing these little houses. Wait, where's the front of my thing? Get it right here. These little like Scandinavian looking tin houses and funny little trees everywhere. Target in the dollar spot. And they were so sweet. Maybe this is the front of it. They were just so cute, I couldn't resist. So I picked some up this year. And then I struggled with what to do with it. And then I thought, oh my goodness, get some of that fake snow that we used earlier, put it on there, do a little, you know, a little scene, a little vignette here with my stuff, and put the cake dome on the top. And then I did this stencil, which, let's see, I'm gonna try to hold it close without dropping it on the floor. Can you guys see I put Santa and his reindeer on here? And this is just white chalk paste and a stencil, also from Magnolia. There's a link at the bottom. And then while it was wet, I poured some glitter on it. But what I wanted to tell you is that you could do this exact same thing for after Christmas, and just don't do Santa. But you could do some of those big snowflakes on here if you wanted, or really anything else. And then when you're tired of it, just put it in the sink and it'll come right off. I do like the combination of, while my chalk paste was still wet, it's just this kind of chalk paste, I sprinkled some of my favorite glitter from Walmart in sparkling silver, extra fine, non-toxic glitter. I just sprinkled that in the wet chalk paste, and it sort of stuck. So you could do that with snowflakes too, especially if you're going for a silver and white and neutral kind of look, which is what I'm doing after Christmas. And that's kind of what I'm doing for Christmas as well. So think about this kind of thing, and if you're a thrifter, you can find this kind of stuff at your thrift stores all the time. All kinds of amazing glass containers too for under $5. So start looking for this kind of thing, because you could do a vignette in this for Valentine's Day, for Easter. Oh my gosh, you guys. Last year, I'm gonna digress for a moment. Last year, I did 10 days of projects for Easter on carrots. That was my theme. Oh, I made the cutest projects ever, and I totally loved it. So I can't wait for Easter to roll around and to be able to show you some of that again. I'll dig it all out. We'll add to it. I'll do some replays on the videos that I made last year. Oh my gosh. So anyways, all that to say that you can do this same idea, stenciling on your glass for the whole year long. Okay, so let's put this away. or set it over here. And let's talk about this banner that we're gonna make using Reader's Digest pages. And I wanna give you a couple of tricks and tips for this project. Okay, so I'm gonna show you how you get your pages out and how you cut them. But these kind of little banners, using sheet music, using encyclopedia pages, dictionary pages, old books, scrapbook paper, and a little twine, these are almost free. And I love banners. I don't know how you guys feel about banners, but I love them. I like to have them just hanging here in my craft room. I like them on the fireplace. I like them on a piece of furniture. There's so many cute things you can do. But when you're using pages or paper on a piece of twine, they have a tendency to slide around and get all stuck together, which makes them hard to work with. And so what I did to combat that problem is in the center of every single one of these folds, after I put my twine through it, and the twine is in the back, I just put one blob of hot glue and pushed my twine into it. And voila, my little pieces are not sliding all over the place. So that's a good tip. Okay, let's figure out, where's the front? Okay, so let's talk about how you get started with this project. I just have this Reader's Digest book that I've been slowly using, and it's the perfect shape, perfect size for this kind of a project. So I'm going to take my X-Acto knife, and I know I'm talking a long time, so if you guys need to take a break and then come back and watch the rest of this on replay, I just have so much to show you guys. And I get a little overexcited, and maybe I'm doing too much all in one video, but anyways. Okay, so I'm gonna just cut some of my pages out, being very, very careful because this is sharp. Put your lid back on it when you're done. Okay, and then, like I've told you for a lot of other projects, I like to cut these white margins off. So I'll take a whole stack of however many pieces I'm going to do, and I'll do it all at once. But for right now, we just have 2 pieces. But if my banner was going to have 8 little flags on it, then I would use 8 pieces of paper all at once. Okay, so we've cut all of the margins off. And then I just fold it in half. This is what gives your banners some dimension so they don't just look flat. So I folded it in half, and then, depending on how long you want it to be, you just cut from one corner up to the center. And voila. Okay, then I'll just take a hole punch, and if I have a lot of pieces of paper here, I may have to do it in little, you're not going to be able to go through 16 pieces of paper all at once, but there we go. Easy, huh? Okay, so that's how you get the project started. The next thing I'm going to do is show you just an idea of stenciling. We'll do one snowflake just for time purposes, and then we'll do, I'll show you the glitter thing. Okay, so like I said before, when you're stenciling on paper especially, you want to, which snowflake do I want to use? You want to make sure that your stencil is not going to be too sticky, because when you pull it up, oh my gosh, there's a little chipmunk out on my deck right now. And I have my windows open here in the craft room because I don't have lighting right now. So I'm just relying on the natural light for the next few days until I get everything situated. But anyways, there's this little chipmunk I don't know what it's doing. So this is not very sticky because I've used it so much, but I'm gonna fuzz it one more time just to make sure that it won't stick. And again, you can do it on your t-shirt, which if you're just jumping on, did you guys notice this was the t-shirt that we made during Christ in Crafting this Sunday, and we did the sleeves with the little leopard stencil, and this is black ink. All these stencils for this t-shirt are from Magnolia, and I pinned a link at the bottom of the page. Okay, so we're gonna just let's go down a few so I'm not messing. I'll go down 2. And I'll finish this up before I take pictures and share it with you. Anyway, so I'm just gonna put also having the fold makes it easy to find the center. So I'm just gonna put my stencil on. And then we're using black chalk paste, but again, you know, I just love, my style is more this neutral look, but what I want to achieve here at DIY is to give you ideas and all the skills that you need to not make the same mistakes that I've made and to be able to do the projects, you know, whatever. But then I want you to take the idea and do it in your own style. Not necessarily in mine, because mine's gonna always be kind of boring because that's just how I am. That's the look that I like. So you could do this in bright colors, and you can do this exact same idea with the snowflakes with any other stencil and any other kind of paper. Okay, so I just have a little blob of black chalk paste, and it's gonna take about 3 seconds to push it through the holes on the stencil and pick up all the excess. This one here. And then I'm just going to, that's what it looks like. I'm just gonna pull my stencil up slowly so it doesn't pull off my paper, because these seriously are sticky, and they can do that if they aren't sufficiently fuzzed or used enough. And here we go. Easy, easy, easy. Okay, so we'll be careful with that, and we're just gonna push it down to the end. Now I'm gonna show you how to glitter. I love the look of burlap or this paper is sort of yellowed, and that is really appealing to me, but I love that look with black and then with silver glitter. So I'm just using a paper plate. I'm gonna try to contain the glitter somewhat. And last time we used glitter, I had to use my Eileen's tacky glue because I did not have any Mod Podge left. But I bought some when I was at Target this week. So yay! Mod Podge in matte is my favorite for a lot of different projects. It's definitely my favorite thing to use when I want to put glitter on a project. So I'm just gonna dip this cruddy brush that I have, put on my glasses, in some Mod Podge, and I'll pick this up in just a second and show you. And I'm just, in a messy fashion, it's not neat at all, it doesn't need to be neat. I'm just applying it around the edges of my little flag part of the banner. You could do all the sides or just some of the sides or just the bottom. It's just completely up to you. Okay, I'm gonna put this, I'll put it over here. And then we're just gonna take my favorite glitter. This is also really pretty and clear, and this came from Walmart and it was under $5. So I'm just taking my glitter and I'm just sprinkling a heavy dose of it over the top of the areas where I put the glue, the Mod Podge. And that's what that looks like. And then I'm gonna tap it off. So the whole banner will have different snowflakes and then the silver glitter. And then this, I don't want to mess up this one that's still wet. This is, I think, I felt like I had a big blob of something in here. I've used this glitter a lot, and sometimes it can get little lumps of stuff in it. Oh my gosh, I'm getting towards the bottom of my glitter container. I have to get some more next time I'm at Walmart. So then I don't throw this glitter away because I am a saver and I'm frugal. And so I just fold my paper plate in half and tap it back into, oops, dang, the container. And there we go. So this is what that looks like. Isn't it cute? And I will finish the whole banner up later today and take pictures of that. So let's see, was there anything else that I wanted to show you? I think that's pretty much it. That's plenty, right? Or your mind's completely full of crafting ideas. I hope they are. And I hope they're things that you'll decide that you want to try. So a few last things. If you like this, anything we do here at DIY Dreaming, engage with me if you want to see anything in the future. This, a heart, or say something, and make sure that you've liked and followed the page, DIY Dreaming. If you have friends that are crafters, feel free to sprinkle this to your social media or just tell them about it. Hey, look at DIY Dreaming. This lady does some kind of cool, cheap, well, I wouldn't say cheap, but frugal crafts and repurposes things and stuff like that. So tell them about DIY Dreaming. And if you want to look at any of the stencils, chalk paste, ink, this stuff, or, you know, the stencils and chalk paste that we use to make this container, I did pin a link at the bottom of the page. And if you're gonna purchase any Magnolia supplies, I'd love it if you do it through my website, because that, I make a small percent of whatever anyone orders when they go through my website to Magnolia. And that's how I support all my crafting, which is never ending. I always have at least 10 projects underway at any given time. So let's see, anything else? I don't know. I would love to see what you're doing. If you decide to do any of these projects for after Christmas, for winter, or really for any other time of the year, share them over at Dreamy DIY, which is the page that I put together for all of us to share pictures of our crafts that we're working on. If you don't know what that is, it's a free Facebook group. Just put Dreamy DIY in the little search bar here, and then ask to join and answer the questions. They ask, do you agree not to share other crafters' videos on this craft group? Like, we all love Barb and Brooke, but please don't share their videos on this group, because then people ask me questions. How did you do this or that? And it makes people confused about who's doing what. And I can't answer questions for them. And they have their own amazing pages, which I'm sure lots of you guys follow. So don't share other crafters' videos here, and then no self-promotion or spam. Pretty straightforward. Anyway, so I get tons of ideas just looking at what you guys are doing, and I think you guys will really enjoy it too. So if you haven't already become part of Dreamy DIY, please do that, and then take a second to share the pictures of what you're working on. Okay, wow. This has been a long video. I'm gonna hop off now and read all your comments and answer your questions. Thank you guys so much for joining me for part 2 of After Christmas Winter Decorating. I have lots of good stuff coming up this week. Tomorrow we're gonna do a whole bunch of faith related projects that involve, well, I'll tell you tomorrow, but anyways, and some of them would make nice Christmas presents, or just things for you to have to sprinkle God's word throughout your home. So I always have lots of stuff coming up, and I hope you'll join me tomorrow. Okay, see you later. Thanks for watching.